The example, I'll just be brief because basically these are pretty personal. I don't want to keep them up there, but to have a personal mission, for me is to help those around me thrive in business and in life by providing friendship, support, and you see education highlighted. I drank Stan's Kool-Aid, leading by example in business, health, and lifestyle. The health part is still in progress. And the other ones are 1 year, 2 year goals. And I'm here, I'll write it down actually. Simple. Even if you just write down your immediate, which is 90 days, your 1 year, and your 3 year goals, you'll be in good shape. And what will happen? You know what? The act of writing it down reinforces it. You can put it away, never use it again. So the fact that you wrote it down, that you took the initiative to do that, and you thought about it, that's what keeps it in your mind. Hey, I set that goal. I'll tell you, from the time that I created this list, during the summer of this year, I didn't think we were going to make our numbers. I didn't think that we were going to do what I wanted to do. And I did my goals. And within 90 days, all the goals that were on there, you start asking the question, how can I meet those goals, versus saying, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. So I have my business. The summer was a little slow. We didn't have enough cash. Holy shit, what am I going to do? Put it on the goals. Do some sales. Sell something, and then, it happens. And I'm proud to say that this year we broke almost in revenue, and it was all from doing a damn list. Unified theory of layer cake.
What?
What? Dude, you're smoking, man. What is that? I'll explain it. And it's a very simple thing. Any parents who have cooked a layer cake? Cool. Can I come to your house, sweet? Yeah. She makes good food, I can tell. So the idea of a layer cake, obviously, is that it has multiple layers, and you have to start with one at the bottom. You don't put the first one at the top and make it cold. So you have to start somewhere. And I'm just going to explain mine, and how every single event is connected to the next one. Actually, that's too much in the middle. See the nice square? Or rectangle? That's what $2,000 accent. Because before I was like, the first one was going to school, college. Now, I don't believe in going to college to succeed. You have it in you whether you go or not. But I do believe one thing. If you look at experiences, look at the Google guys, they met in college. Who is the second in command and now the CEO of Microsoft? The people from Warcraft will know. Bald guy, Steve Ballmer. Where did he meet Satan, the guy who has Microsoft? I'm tired, I can't remember. They met in college. You'll notice that even if you go to college to drink beer the whole time, go. Because we got, grandpa over there is getting exciting. You'll actually meet people that will help you along your life. So that's the first decision you make, and you coincidentally meet people, and this is what happened to me. Yes, I met people, my peers, who I went to college with. One of those peers happens to be at a company and called me up and said, hey, great, you want to come work for us? That's fine. So that's a job. And actually, no, that's actually people. You meet more people. Same thing for a job. You're there to meet people. You're there to make connections. The reality is that I forgot what I was going to say, but so the next thing after meeting those people is that there at that job, I met somebody that I really liked. She was really cool, and we now have our business together because we really grew together at our job. So you meet, people you're going to collaborate for the rest of your life. But these are just unique events, and I can either put the event or the theme that I want to talk about. But regardless, there's the main point about this, about layer cake. So, here, starting your own company, here's, etc. What, can somebody tell me why this is important, this sequencing?
Because you know where to start.
Close, very good. Because you started. If you don't start, and there's a rule in business, and it's called, make the deal, figure out the details later. I had no idea how I was going to pay for our 10-hour ago. I just moved to Pasadena. I'm like, something will show up. Hey, look, PCC, cool. You can go here for nothing. And hang out. And I'm like, that sounds good. And then one day I'm walking in the halls. Hey, look, our Saturday Night Minority Scholarships. Yeah, thank God I was picked. Oh, that's nice. So they paid for my Center night classes. I put a portfolio together, and I go show it to them. They're like, oh, nice work. Here's a scholarship. Oh, great. Another $50,000 stole from the government. I am paying it back. But it happened. That was $100K. Did I have it? No. Did my parents have it? No. What did I do? I just moved to Pasadena. So you got to start somewhere. I don't care where. Just start. If you don't keep on moving, if you lose momentum, and you say, oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. You know what's going to happen? You won't do it. So getting started in whatever it is, just move forward. You'll figure it out anyway. Business is the same way. I don't know what the hell I was doing when I started my business. That's great. That's because if you knew what you were going to get into, you wouldn't have started. But the goal, though, and any person that succeeds, whether it's in business or in life, you'll note that it's really about resilience. Now, another thing, which is not about you. And why do I say that after I'm saying you're the next revolution, et cetera, et cetera? Another secret that I've learned in business and in life, and I have a minute 51 seconds, 49 seconds, 48 seconds, a good timer here, is that when you are out there to help others before yourself, and this is actually something that I learned not from business books, but I read it so much in business books that it's just ingrained in your mind, but I learned from going to church. This is the golden rule. Do unto others like you want them to do to you. Same thing in business. Same thing at work. You come work for me. How can you help me? I'll help you implicitly because that's who I am. But you are always in a position of servitude. And I'm not talking about go be a slave. I'm saying you really are in that mindset. Sales is the same way. You can brag about how great you are, or you do great work. But no, they don't care. My clients used to tell me, he just walked in there and talked about himself. And I found that out and realized, you know what, I'm just going to ask them what they need. We no longer show our work at all. I walk into the client, they've seen our work. They've seen it online, they've heard it from somebody, from a magazine, whatever. Don't have to talk about it. They will like to see it at some point, but it's secondary. Learn that now. And when you go out there, and there's a book you should read, but I'm not going to give it to you yet, because I have 37 seconds. It's about us. That's what I mean. It's about everybody together. It's basically, there's the old white dudes in there at the beginning. They were running companies by the profits, by the numbers, by the board. It was about them. When you change the equation to it being about us, then suddenly economics become very different. The entire group benefits, and to end on a kumbaya note, here is us. So, in a good business meeting, next steps. First one is parents, please read A Whole New Mind. I do not get any money for endorsing this, but it's very good. I did not read it. I paid my people to read it. They told me what it was about. And that's business. You're busy. But I love it. It's an awesome book, and Daniel H. Pink was the speaker at Art Center, and I got to hear the whole book from him, so it's even better than reading it. Again, the three concepts is Asia, affluence, the first one that I talked about. So this speech is partly not ripped off. It's kind of like like another kind of interpretation. The idea of Asia, the idea of affluence. So we are very affluent. I don't see anybody here who hasn't eaten. And the third is another one, and I forgot what it is. So read the book. You might not want to, you'll say this is boring, but at some point when you have time, read this because it's actually very important. To read, and even if you don't read it, just do a little list on a piece of paper somewhere and put it away. And that's it. Thank you.